Hi students, good evening. Welcome to this video session. My name is Samuel Dominic Chukwu Emeka, aka Sam Dom for Peace. In this video session, we shall do the exercise on numeric and string expressions. Numeric and string expression. So numeric is number, and the string are your characters, your words, which consist of characters. So we're going to do this exercise right here. It is important prior to doing this video that you have read the notes on this and also viewed the prerequisite videos on this prior to beginning this exercise. So this is what you see in your Codio. This is what you see. And like we mentioned earlier on in previous videos, we will also do this with the PyCharm. This is the open source. So we talked about this, why we want to do it in both places. There are some codes that with Codio, if you put it on PyCharm, it will not work. And some other, and the way the course is structured is that, it's set up easy for you. But when you are done with this class and you have to do some work with Python and you are no longer using Codio, if you don't have money to pay for Codio, then what will you do? So that is why it's good to learn it with the open source. So I'm gonna close this tip right here, and I'm gonna this is numeric and string expressions. So we'll just write another project. Well, we can still do this under first project. We can just right click here, new Python file. I'm gonna do Python file, and I'm gonna call this numeric. Numeric. Then let's do numeric by itself, and then let's do string by itself. So I'm gonna call this numeric expressions. I have no space in this. I put it, and then I will do another, open up another one, new Python file, and I'm gonna call this string expressions. Okay, so I have it here. Remember, this greeting is the one running now, but when we write something here, then we'll begin to run it. So next, now I'm not gonna do all exercises in Codio. That will not be good at all. I will just do some. So this is like introducing you to the class. I know that some of you had issues, especially those that are coming from a non-programming background. So I want to consider you, and that is why I'm doing this. Input, you put in something, and then output is what you get out of what you put in. We look at this later on. You can read all these. You can read it. You can read this on your own. So when you run the code, it gives you input 1 is the string digit is 3, input 2 is 4, input 3 is 5. Now some of you will be asking, how did we get 3, 4, 5, and how do we get this result? That is the confusion, I know. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do something right now for you. The thing is, integer, this is integer, okay, is a data type in Python, int. So the input is another built-in function. Input is put what you're asking for, okay, put what do you want, you put 3, what do you want, 4. What do you want? 5. Then you do this map here, and it prints results. So see what I'm saying now. If I come here and copy this code right now, copy, and I paste it in PyCharm under Numeric. This is Numeric. I paste. This is when you have this red line, there's already a problem. And the thing with PyCharm is, if it has any red thing, it has issues. It's gonna have issues. Now let's say that I run this. If I go ahead and run it, okay, this is still running peace to the world. So I'm gonna now, if you see this also right here, it says 1 error found. That is for this right here. So let's go to run, and we want to, if you want, you can debug first, but let's go to run first. Run here, and we want to run numeric expressions. That's what we want. So I run it, and you see unexpected EOF while passing. I think unexpected end of file while passing. So you see, even as you're writing it with something with PyCharm, is if you see red, just know it will not work. It's not gonna work. No, it's not gonna work. Now this end of file error, as you can see here, it ran well in Codio. Codio, like I said, has system files, but in PyCharm is not running. And then you ask yourself why. So it's because of these right here. You see all these here. It's because of these here. So if you don't know how we got 3, 4, 5, no problem. I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna write this code, okay, and we'll run it, and we should be getting 27. So we will do this step by step. Right now, this is still, walking you through the basics. But some of you, when you come immediately and you say this, that's the first question that comes to your mind. How in the world did you get 3, 4, 5? And of course, with the 3, 4, 5, the results, you can see the results that 4 plus 5, because digit 1 is 3, digit 2 is 4, digit 3 is 5. So 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do here, because this is important library. This is a system library, which we've not done, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? We will just, because it's good I show you this, so I will erase all this. It's good I show you this, so that if I show it to you, then you now write it. I don't want to write first and then this. So I'm going to show you, we write it, okay? So we are going to ask for digit 1, digit 2, digit 3. That's what we are going to ask. And when you ask for that input, let's say now I'm going to put a comment. This is comment, get input. It's always good to put comment from the user, okay? And then I have my digit 1. With Python, you don't need to define variables before you don't need to declare or define variables before you use them. No, that is one of the nice things about Python. But and then it's a nice thing, then probably it's not really nice, because when you go to other languages and those languages require you to define variables, then that becomes a problem. Well, so with Python, you don't need to define variables, but you just, when you assign the variable, you use it right away. Okay, you assign the variable, you use it right away. You do not need to define it first before you use it. Okay. Which is nice, but then it probably is not nice in another sense, because another programming language such as Visual Basic, if you don't define it, you're not going to use it. You don't use what you have not defined. Okay, but Python is not that like that. Okay, So we want integers from the user. We want integers, int is integers. We want it from the user. So we are going to say, okay, we'll say integer input, and this is the nice thing about IntelliSense. As you're typing it, it gives you that. Input, what prompt, okay? Enter the first number. Enter the first number. Then digit 2 equal to integer. We want to, when we input, because the user might input 35.4, but here we want to deal with only integers. Like, you know, like what we are going to do is the way it's written here, I write it in PyCharm. Then you now see, you know, you gain the best of both worlds as well. So integer input, I write the command. Input is an inbuilt function. It's an inbuilt function. Enter the second number, or you can say second integer. And the digit 3 is integer. We want anything the user enters, we want to work with only integers for now. Okay, for now we are working with only integers. So integer input, enter the third number. Enter the third number. Okay, now what happens after that? We want to print out the input. Okay, so we make a comment, print the input. Print, here is our input. Okay, we can write this. Input 1 is that. Okay, print here is our input. Print, the print is also an inbuilt function. Input 1 is, we want to make this space so that we can have that, and the plus sign is a is joining, concatenation sign. It joins, it can, you use it to join two strings. We use it to join two strings, two or more strings. The plus sign to join it. Okay, input 1 is, and then we have our digit 1. Okay, then we print again. Input 2 is, now these are strings, and then I'm joining them so that it will, what it's doing now is, this is a string, but I'm joining it with these integers here. That's what I'm doing, the integer that the user entered. So input 2 is this, print input 3 is, I join it to digit 3, whatever the user will put in. Then the next thing is, let's do some math. Num is digit 1 times digit 2 plus digit 3. Okay, do some math. Num, we have, we didn't define it, we didn't declare it or define it, and we're already using it. That is the way Python works. Once you assign it to something, num is digit 1. You see that this is IntelliSense. As you're typing it, because you've already used it, this has IntelliSense. So what you're gonna do is, you just, as it's coming up, you press the tab key to complete it. Okay, times digit 2 You press it here, press the tab key, plus digit 3, tab key to complete it, right? That is what it is. Okay, once you finish doing this and you see process finish with exit code 1, if you have 1, that's the problem. You always want to have exit code 0. So I'm just gonna clear this, just clear it, so we don't, we know we are writing something new, so you don't get confused at all. Okay, so we've done the math here, and then of course this is how you do your code in Python. Then now print out the results. We now comment. You see how it's always good to comment this, so it's easier to comment it. It's easy. When you put comments, then people will understand. If somebody else is looking at your code, the person can understand what you're doing. Print results. Okay. And then we want another line here. Print the num. That's the result, actually. You mustn't, as you can see here, even whether there is space, you know, you put space here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Then the next one, this is the second output expression with num equal to, and you convert like num equal to this. You convert this back to string because you're using because of this plus string num equal to 27. So print our result shows that num is equal to, then plus, you can actually write this as num plus num, shows that num is equal to that. So let's go ahead and run this. This is under numeric expression, so let's go ahead and run it. Enter the first number, 3, 4, 5. Enter the third number. Okay, so there is no problem when you have error. That's fine. When you have error, there is no problem. If you don't have error, then that means that means you're super intelligent. Programmers, we make mistakes always. So, but there's no problem. The nice thing about this PyCharm is, you see, even though we were writing it, there was no red line here, no problem. But here we have this and we have error. So it says here, the main thing is you look at the error and find out the problem. That's the main thing. So here is our output, our input. So I see I put out input. So I'm going to change this to our. So print input, this must be string, not integer. Okay, so this is dealing with this. If you look at it here, it puts string. You see that? And I didn't put string, integer. So what are we going to learn from this? That when you're using the concatenation sign, the plus sign to join, you must have to put this back as string. That's what it means. That's what it's telling us. You have to put this back as string if you want to print it out like this. Okay, to put this, as you see, I omitted string. Okay, I did it. And this, it tells you here must be string, not integer. You see that? So when you're printing out a string and a number in Python, and you're using this plus, if you're using plus, okay, then you have to change this number to string. You can't join string and number using the plus sign in Python. That is the thing. That is what it's trying to say. Okay. Now, some of you will ask me, is there any other way we could do this? And I'll say yes. Yes. Okay. But for this particular one that you're using plus, and that is why I'm also doing this video, to teach you several ways you can still do this. So for now, you see, I wrote this, I didn't put string, and you see it gave me error. It says must be string. No problem. We now go ahead and change this to string. Now, remember in the change this to string. Now remember, in the calculation, you're not using string. You're using the actual number, the integer. In the calculation, we didn't do this in string. No. But if we want to put it as output, we can easily say print digit 1, print digit 2, print digit 3, without having to join it with this string. Okay, let's put this input. We can easily do that. But if we have to join it, a number and string, then we have to change this number to string. That is, if we're doing this with plus sign, I'm going to show you other ways you can do it, so you don't have to change it to string. I will show you that. So I'm going to go ahead now and put this here. Okay, and I'll come back here and I'll change this to string, because we are printing out the output as a string. Okay, you can't join string and number. When I say number, it could be integer, it could be float. Okay, you can't join string and integer or string and float. If with a plus sign, with the plus sign in Python, you've got to convert that number to string in order to now join them and print it out. If you're using the plus sign, okay, so we do this now. We run this again. Enter the first number, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you now see it here. It ran. Here is our input. Our input, it tells us input 1 is 3, input 2 is 4, input 3 is 5. You see that? And then results, print results 27. Our results show that num is equal to 27. So do you see that now? See it. Now, the way this looks, you know, is kind of, later on in this course we shall do it, but let me go ahead and do this now. If I want space, if I want like to space this out, okay, all I come here and I put new line. Maybe I just put this /n, okay, like I kind of want it spaced out, you know. If I if I want it spaced out, I just put this, you put print, put the quotation mark /n, and then printing the result, I print it here. I want the spacing, put this /n. Okay, let's run this again. First number 3, second number 4, third number 5, and you see that you have this space. You see I put two lines. That's why it's too big. I can just put /n means /new line. We call it putting a new line in Python. So if you just want it only, I put 2 new lines. So let me just, it's too much. So I can just put only 1 line. Okay, I run it. First number 3, second number 4, third number 5, and it gives me, okay, our input, and then you cannot see it here. Results 27. Processes this with code 0. Okay, now, so don't be some of you will read this and then you ask, where is this? Where is that? Okay. As you see here, they are using system libraries. Okay, that's why. But this is an open source. So this is how you write the command. Okay. Now, the next thing is there any other way? Because here we used plus. We used plus. What if I say I don't want to convert this to string? I don't want it. And I want to use, okay, I don't want to convert it to string. Then this is what then we must not use plus. This is what else we could do. We could come here. Okay, we put is, and we put a comma, and we put digit 1. Digit 1. We come here, we are not using plus anymore. We put comma, we put digit 1. Okay, we come here. So this, I'm going to show you different ways. But this will be digit 1, digit 2, and digit 3. As you can see here. And then here, we just come here. We're not putting plus anymore. We put comma, and we put num. See that? See that? Now, let's go ahead and run this. Now, this is joining the string and the number, but you're not going to convert that number. You're not going to convert that number as a string. Okay? You're not going to do that. This is another way you could do it. So let's run this. Enter the first number 3, second number 4, enter the third number 5. Okay? And you see it works. It works. So without having to do the plus operator, the plus sign. Okay? With string and numbers. With the plus, any number you have to convert it to string. That's the thing. Before you now output it, because you're joining both together. Now, this second way is by putting comma and just writing the numbers without having to convert them. Now, the third way of doing this, because my work is to teach you many ways to do stuff. The third way, and you asked me, how did I know this? Is you have to read several books, and you also have to spend time. Programming, number one, is patience. You have to be patient. And it's okay to make mistakes in programming. Yes. If you're a programmer, you must make mistakes. Even by the mere fact we are human, we're not God. We are human beings. We must make mistakes. It's must. But then correct those mistakes. You don't just make a mistake and then go and watch Kim Kardashian show. You have to, if you make mistake and it's getting, your body is taking your time, go sleep, pray and sleep. And then wake up and begin it again. The main thing is you make mistake, you fix it. You fix it. That's the main thing. So the third way with Python 3, because all this is based on Python 3. Okay, whatever we are doing in this course is based on Python 3. We are not looking at Python 2. It's Python 3. Another thing you can do is this. You could come with Python 3. They introduced what we call the braces. You use it to represent sets. Braces. You use it to represent sets in mathematics. Set notation in mathematics. You use braces. Right? Okay. So in Python 3, they introduced it. We could come here, and this is what we could do here. We could come and we put the braces here. Some people will say curly braces. It's braces anyway. You put it like this, okay, and you put dot format, and you put digit 1. Okay. If you're not here, we're not using comma. We are not using comma here. So you come here again. You put here, put this like this, and you put dot format, digit 2. This is a new stuff with Python 3. Okay. Please, if anybody is still teaching you Python 2, tell the person he or she is not doing you a favor. Or any documentation with Python 2. Any documentation you're going to be reading now should be Python 3 documentation. Actually, they are working on producing newer versions of Python. The thing about technology is that it keeps changing. You can't go back to learning old tricks with a new learning old tricks with a new what? I've forgotten the I've forgotten the pro. Is that a proverb? You can't keep learning old tricks with a new with a new stuff. I don't know what they call it, but you can't go and start learning. No, would another Python version comes out now. At Python 2, they will remove it, or it will become what we call obsolete. So you've got to learn with the newer ones. So I'm gonna come here. I put the curly braces. You see, as I'm putting it, you see the way I'm putting it. I put the curly braces and I put the quotation marks, and you can use double quotes. You can use single quotes if you want to, and you put dot format, and you now put digit 3. Okay, and you close this. You see, if you see anything red here, you know it's a problem. You close it. Okay, so this is another way to represent this, joining a string and the number. Without numeric is number. Okay, joining string and number without having to change the number to string. You can do it that way. And of course, the mathematics, even when we use the plus, the mathematics, we can't do this math in string. It has to be number. So here is just the output, which is string. That's why when we use plus, we have to change that to string. So, but you can also do it this way, using the curly braces. So you come here, you put the curly, which is the braces anyway. I call it braces. Some folks call it curly braces. And I come here and I put num. So you can do it this way. And then we run. Enter the first number 3, second number 4, third number 5, and it still gives you the same. It gives you the same output. Okay. Hope you've learned something tonight. Okay. So that's this. So you at least understand this part here. Here we've talked about this. If you want to print this with a number, you have to change this to number. So we've kind of done this. It says here, you will often make mistakes when writing code. You will soon get used to this. What is important is developing the skill. Look at the code on the left. This code contains a simple syntax error. Okay? You see, I just clicked on this without reading it. So you take your time to read it. The thing is, I want to teach you what I can teach you so that this video is not long. So that the video is not long. Okay, there's an error on this line. Let's see. Okay. Num digit 1 plus digit 4. Okay, so you can see here, we did not use digit 4 at all. So we didn't use digit 4 at all. We used digit 1, digit 2, digit 3, but we didn't use digit 4. So what do they want us to do? Now press the button below to run the code. Yeah, we did it, and there's no digit 4. It's not defined, as you can see here. And with Python, you don't, we didn't use it. We didn't assign it to anything. We did not assign it to anything. So we can't put it in a formula when we have not even assigned anything. With Python, you just assign, when you assign something to a variable, you just use that variable. You do not need to define that variable. Yeah, so it wasn't assigned at all. That's why. So later it's not defined. You read this. write some code below. Print, this is your experiment area. You can run this code by pressing the button below. Okay. You can read this, the flow chart. You can read all this. Okay. If you run the code, you will see that it deals with the numeric expression in exactly the same way as the flow chart did. Flow chart, this is a typo. Flow chart did. Okay, 27. And you know, with Python, it uses order of operations. It will first of all do the parentheses first. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 times 3, 27. Okay, your code, so let's go ahead and do this challenge. Your code should expect one input. All you need to do is add 12 to it and output the result. So as you can see here, with Python, now we have assigned n. N is a variable. We've assigned it to be integer, put in anything n. Okay, this is they're using the system library here, so that's why if you're gonna use this like this in PyCharm, you can just ask the user input. Later we will deal with libraries. Later on in this course we'll deal with libraries, but for now just get input from the user like this. Write your code here. N is just n plus 12, because it says add 12 to it and output the result. So just add 12 to it and output the result. Okay, check it. Oh, well, we didn't output it. So here we wrote the code, but we did not output the result. So your output was incorrect. Try again. So all you need to do, you just come here, you print n. You print n. That's all. Okay, print n, and then you check it. Now it works. Okay, if you input 1, the output will be 13. So output is use the print function to output the result. We pass in 3 inputs, A, B, and C. You should output this formula here. Okay, so write your code. So like we have seen how you can pass, and these are floats. And you know, you can also do this with floats. It doesn't matter, you can also do it with floats, A, B, and C. Like if you don't want to use integer, you can use float. It doesn't matter. Okay, with float, float is decimal numbers. They are not integers. So you can just use float. You can just use float here, and it will still work. If you don't want to use integer, if you want to use decimal numbers, you can use float. Excuse me. And it's still gonna work. Okay. Looks like this is print the results. So let's remove this. There's a bigger line here, so I'm going to there's a bigger line up to here, so let's just remove this extra line here. Okay, and we can run this. Still the same thing. 3.5, 4.7, 8. You know, it will still work. It will still work. Okay. So here they just want us to output the formula. So what we're gonna write is we just say print A times. With the times, you use the asterisk on your keyboard. You put the parentheses again. B plus C divided by 3. Now, but this C, if you look at the thing here. I want to show you something. I write print here. A times b plus c divided by 3. So do you see there's a difference here? There's a difference here. Do you see that? Let me come here. You know what? I'm gonna come here. I will. I know I had floats now. So what we're gonna do is, I'll come because I can put all these in notes. I'll put all these in notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring up Notepad, and I will just copy this. Once I run it and it's well, okay, if I run it and it's good and it run, I paste it here, and I'm gonna save this in the desktop. I'll save it in the desktop, and I'm gonna use numeric expressions. How about that? Numeric. Let me just call this numeric and string expressions. Numeric and string expressions. Yeah. Let's call it numeric and string expressions. And I save it on the desktop. You know, if you want it, I give it to you, no problem. So I can write all these other codes. I want to show you something. I want to show you something here. So we have this here. Let's say we are not. Yeah, we have this here. A is integer input, first number, B is integer input, second number. I want to show you something in a moment. C, integer, convert it, input. You can also use float if you want to. Third number. Okay, so we are looking at the calculation. I want you to look at these calculations. Okay, print A times B plus C divided by 3. Okay, and then print, let's look at this in a new line so it doesn't confuse you. New line. Print A times B plus C over 3. Okay, can you look at these two things? You see the difference? Here is like B plus C all over 3. And I'm gonna show you something else, something again. Print new line, print A times B plus C, then over 3. So you see this now. Python is gonna treat this and this the same way. That's the thing. Okay. Now let's look at this now. Let's make this comment. A to B, 3B. We want something that can evenly divide. So let's deal with integers for now, if you don't mind. Let's say A is 7. B is, let's say A is 10, B is 12 over 3 is 4. Okay, we could also have 12 plus 9, 21. B is 9, C is 12. Okay, if we do this, A is 10, B is 9, C is 12. If we do this here, 12, it will be first 12 divided by 3, that's 4. 4 plus 9, 13. 13 times 10 is 130. This is going to give us 130. What did I just do now? So okay, so I've got to get back this mouse on this mouse. Where is the insert key? INS key. To get this back here. You know, when you are doing something and this is now looking at, I'm looking for the insert key to get this back on track. Oops. Okay, so this here. Oh, there you go. Inside, there you go. I found it. Okay, so let's get back here. So with this, you close this here. This will give us 130. Looks like this is acting up for now. INS insert. Okay, please bear with me, okay? Please bear with me. Looks like my this thing starts. INS. Okay. You can always go to undo. Okay, edit, undo, to always undo it. But I'm trying to get this, like, give me 1 second, okay? Please be patient. Okay, there you go. Print. Okay, so I come here and this is 130 as the answer. Okay. And then this, thank God. Now this will be 9 plus 12. 9 plus 12 is 21 divided by 3. Now, I'm sorry, this is 9 plus, look at this, I'm sorry, this is what I did here, okay? 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 plus 9 is 13. 13 times 10 is 130. So this one is 130 here. This one is gonna be 130. 130. Okay, then this one, 12 divided by 3, the way Python is gonna treat this, okay, would be like this. 9 plus 12 is 21. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 7 times 10 is 70. So let's see. It's good to have it this way. It's good you have it this way than having it this way, because here, well, here here will still be, here probably will here will still be 130. Okay, here is still gonna be 130, and this will be 70. But I would encourage you, I will encourage you to always have it this way. That way, you know, you're sure. But this will still give you 130 because it's going to do the division first, and then add it and then multiply it. That's still gonna be okay. And then you click, let's do this. First number, which is A, is 10. Second number is 9. Third number is 12. Okay, as you can see, it 130, 70, 130. Okay, yeah. So this is okay. This is okay. This way is okay. This way is okay. It uses order of operations regardless. So I'm gonna use this. You can just, I'm gonna copy this like this. I will prefer you do it this way, but you can also do it this way. It doesn't matter. And you just come here. I'm gonna print this and check it. Okay, works. Next one, you can read this, string expressions. Next one, we have this. It says run the code. Later on, you can read this. Now, with this here, as you can see, you can assign, you can, let me say define, okay, or assign. Well, in Python, you define a variable by just assigning it to something. How about it? So in Python, like there is no separate step to define a variable. You just define the variable by assigning it to something. But in some other languages like Visual Basic, you must define it. Okay, you have to define it first before you even make any assignment. But in Python, you just, whenever you assign something to a variable, you have defined it. So you can assign this hello to this variable here, a string, and then you can join these two strings here. Okay, and assign, you can join these two strings here and assign it to a new variable, and you just print out the new variable. You can do that, and if you run it, it gives you this hello world. Here you can also, when you here in this code here, you can either, when you want to convert a numeric to a string, you can just put the double quotes or single quotes, or you can use string. That's another way. You mustn't always use string. Remember, we used string the other time, but you can actually use double or single quotes. Now, if you must use double or single quotes, make sure it is actually the way you want it. Like if we had used single or double quotes for that digit 1, okay, digit 1, then it will just output digit 1 for us. It's not gonna output the value of digit 1. It will just output digit 1 for us. So in this case, you make sure if we want to output 1, 2, 3, we have it. Then if you just want right away to join it with the integer 10, then you have to change this to string before you join it. So these are two ways you can convert numeric to string. You can just put single or double quotes around the numeric, or you can use string. You can just use str to convert, and you write in numeric. Okay, you can also do this like this, and it will give you this code. So here it says, we are providing a string as an input to your program. Your job is to add the string hello to the string we provide you and then output it. Make sure you use the space after the comma. So name is the string they provided. That's okay. We're gonna we add the string, we add hello to the string. So hello name. Okay, hello name. That's what they want. Hello name. So we will say print, you add the string hello to the string you provide. Okay, so we come here, we write hello, hello. Then we're gonna do plus the name. Now, name, you can easily write name because if you don't put integer or float, it assumes it as string right away. Let's run this and I'm gonna show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. If you come here, let's go ahead and let me remove this here, and let's go ahead and copy this or cut it. I'm gonna cut it and I paste it here. And I paste it here, all the codes that we've written. Let's write a comment here. Example 2. Okay. Now, example 3. So, what they're saying is this, okay? We say name, if we don't have integer or float, okay, if we just write input, just like that, and we put, what is your name? What is your name? Okay, and then we now say, print, hello, then plus your name. Now, in this case, if remember the ones we wrote before, we had integer here before the input, or float before the input, because we're dealing with numbers. If we don't put integer or input, Python takes this right away as a string. Right away, it takes it as a string anyway. So print hello your name. Okay, and we run this. Now I will later, you know what, I'm gonna delete this and later on I'll change this to numeric. Actually, I can change it right now. I can change it right now. Let me go ahead, right click, and usually there's a rename. Let's see here. If I right click here, if it NetBeans it has a rename. Now for this, I'll come here, string expressions, I'm gonna delete it. Right click, delete, and delete all this. Save, delete, yeah, say okay. So that's gone. Now numeric here, I want to rename it. Later we'll rename it. Okay, later we will rename it to numeric string expressions. That's fine. But let's go ahead now and run this. Okay, what is your name? Samuel. And it says hello Samuel. Hello Samuel. That is what they are looking for in that code. Now, if you also want, you can remember, you can also say like this. You can also have it like this. Hello, name, without having to use plus name. Okay, no, you're gonna use that. Hello name. Actually, they didn't want us to put comma. They didn't want us to put add the string hello to the string we provide you, and then output it. So yeah, hello Samuel. I think this is what they want here. Hello Samuel. Now another way you can do this is this. Another way you can do it is by doing it this way. Hello name, like this. You can also do it like this. Let's see it, run it. What is your name? Samuel. You see, hello Samuel. Okay, but in this one there's no comma. I think they want a comma. So, but in this case here there's no comma. So you can actually put the comma right here and say hello name. You can do that. Another way you can do it is this: print hello comma, and you put the curly braces, okay, and you put dot format name, okay, dot format name. So these are the three ways you can do this. Run. What is your name? Samuel. See that? Yo! You see that? See that? Good. Thank God. So this is what they want. Let's put a comma here. Okay, hello, the name. Check it. Oh, wow. Oh, we want expected output. They want the name first before the hello. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. They want the name first. Okay, as you can see here, they want the name first before the hello. Okay, I see. Put the name first and then the hello. Okay, add hello to the name. Do not add name to the hello. All right, no problem. No problem. So this is what you can do. You say name plus, okay, name plus, and put a comma, then hello. There you go. That's it. That's it. Just like this. Okay, now it works. Okay, so Samuel, hello. Now if we do it in PyCharm, we're gonna have print name hello. Okay, put a space here the way they want it. Okay, print what am I doing? Plus, put plus here, joining it. Okay, name plus hello. You can also have print you can have you can also write this like this, name, you can have this like this. Look, curly braces. You can have this like this. Put the quotation marks, put the curly braces because that's the name, and then put a comma, and then put hello. Okay, and then put dot format name. You can also have it this way: name plus hello. This another greeting. Okay, you can also write it like this. Run this. What's your name? Samuel. Okay, see that? Hello Samuel, hello Samuel, hello Samuel. Samuel, hello, Samuel, hello. Can just put this here. Hello, here. Now, as you can see here, we have spaces here. We have spaces here which we shouldn't have. So actually you deal with it this way. Print this hello Samuel name. Actually, let's continue, otherwise this video will be long. So as you can see here is Samuel hello, which is what I think they want. Okay, which is what they want as the output. Next one. Here, we will provide two strings to your program. Your job is to join the strings together so you get a single string with a space between the two original strings. Okay, so we can easily write this one. That's not a problem. Print string 1. You see, this has IntelliSense. Codio also has IntelliSense. But if you had done this with IDLE, it doesn't have IntelliSense. Then plus, put the space between them, then plus, join them, string 2. And that should be it. Just join string 1 and string 2. And this is the space you want in between them here. Okay. That's it. Strings containing numbers. We are passing in two numbers as inputs. You should join them together into a single string. So if you simply add these numbers together, they will be added together as numbers, not a string. You have already seen how to make sure they are added together as strings. Can you remember? Yes, we can. So just do print. We just change this to string number 1, okay, plus string number 2. That's it. Now they are added as, they are joined as string. Let me show you this here. Let's cut this, paste it here. Example 4. Okay, comment. Example 4. Join two numbers as strings. Join two numbers as strings, okay? First num, okay? Integer. Let's first of all get it as num. Input, or we can use float, it doesn't matter. Integer, input, enter first number. Second num, integer, input, enter second number. Okay, then we now have print. We now have string first num, okay, plus string second num. We don't want to add it. We don't. Like if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we will not want to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. We just want to join all of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of having 12 plus 34, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm gonna, you know what? Let's look at these two things. So to show you what I mean, if we have first num plus second number. Okay, these two will give us different things. Here, the answer. Let's say we have 12. Let's say we have first number is 12. Second number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 34. Okay, so this will give us this is gonna give us 12 plus 34, and that is 46. And then this will give us here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see the difference here. When you're what they are asking is for you to join two numbers as string. That's what they want. They don't want you to add it. They do not. here, if we don't convert the integer to string, and this is here they got this from the system files, integer, sys.argv. So this from system files. That's how they got this. Is if you paste this right now in PyCharm, it's not gonna work. So, but let's get this from the inputs. So first of all, we know is numbers. Okay. Then here we're adding it, but here we are just joining both numbers as strings. We run this now. Enter first number 12. Enter second number 34. As you can see, it 46 and 12, 34. Excuse me. See that? So this is what they want here. Check it. Good. Thank God. Now, a very important skill is to fix errors, okay? So later you can read this. Let's continue. Fix the broken code. It should output, hello, Mike. Hello. Hello, Mike. Okay, we should have plus. Hello, Mike. We should have a plus sign to join the two strings there. Okay. Hello, Mike. Oh, print new string. You see, do you see this here? This is uppercase S and this is lowercase s. So print new string. And use not just Python, not just Python, JavaScript, Visual Basic. Some languages are not forgiving. Well, some people say Python is forgiving, but there is a difference between new string like this and the new string. There's a difference, two different things. Okay, now it works. Okay, so you have to make sure that your variable names are correct. Correctamente. You have to make sure they are correct. Correctamente. Fix the next challenge. Fix the broken code on the left. We're gonna put this here and then print num. And you don't. This space is even if you don't put the space, that's fine. But it doesn't matter at all. Oh wow. Let's see here. Let's see here. Some people will say, Mr. C, the instructor is getting it wrong. Like I said, we are human beings. This is not mathematics that you can solve the first time and get right. No. With computer programming, you will get it. Yeah. The main thing is fixing it. I'm not going to go to sleep until we fix this. I will not do that. So the main thing is fixing it. So there's nothing there. If it says error, no problem. The main thing is fixing it. And that's the nice thing you have here. That's also why I like PyCharm. If there is error, no problem. Read it, find the error. Sometimes it will give you the error code. Then, if you couldn't, when it gives you the error code, if you don't see it, if you can't fix the error right away, just copy the code and go to Google, paste the code, or go to Google or Bing. I have to be calling Bing also. Google and Bing, they are very nice companies. Google and Bing. Okay, I'll have to call both of them. I wouldn't call only one. So Microsoft and Google. Kudos. So you copy it, you go to Bing or to Google and paste it and find it out. The thing is that some other person probably, most likely, has made that previous error. So please don't allow programming to get on your nerves. You see how I'm laughing? You see how I'm laughing, right? You see how I'm laughing? Don't allow it to get on your nerves. Do not. Okay, don't allow it to get on your nerves. Do not give up. No, don't give up. Okay, let's see here. It says here, unsupported operand is expected output for 3, 4, 7. So if we have 3, 4, and 7, expected output is 19.0. A times B plus C over 3, then print num. So what we could do here, let's see if we do it this way. Let's see if we could do it this way. I'm trying to find out exactly what they want. Unsupported operand for strings and integer. Okay. Okay, I see the problem. Oh, I see the problem. So look at this here. You know, if you don't put, like I said, if you don't put integer or float, it takes it as a string. That's the problem. If you don't put integer, float, it takes this as a string. That's the thing. Let me show you. I'm gonna cut this. Okay, so example 5. We have now convert numbers treated as strings, okay, to integers or floats. They want floats. Do they want, let's see, your arguments are strings, okay, so they are strings, okay, unless they are converted into some other type. In this challenge, we are using decimals, floats, rather than integers for our type. That's fine. So you will need to tell Python to treat the variables as floating point decimal numbers by putting float variable in at the correct times. That's fine. So we convert this to floats, to float. Okay. Now, like I said, okay, if you just say input, if you don't have integer or float, and you just say input, enter first number, enter first number, B, input, enter second number, C, input, enter third number. Python treats A, B, and C as floats. That's the thing. Because you did not do this. Python, sorry, treats it as strings. Treats A, B, and C as strings. Because you did not put int or float. That's the way it treats it. That's it. That is how it treats it. So now, if you want to now solve it with formula, because this is the formula here to solve it, because we are using it and we want to, you're using this to solve as formula. This was the way it was. Let's put it the way it was, no problem. Okay. Num is A plus B times this. Now, it's always good to type this yourself. Okay. I like, rather than copying and pasting. Now, if it's long codes, you can copy and paste. Now, you can come now and you say print num. Print num. So if we run this, for example, enter first number. It says 347, right? 347, and that should be 19.0. Let's see. 3, 4, 7. Okay, so that's the problem. Unsupported operand types for string and integer. The same error message that Codio gave us. Unsupported operand types for string and integer. See, same error message that Codio gave us. Okay, so for you to solve this, you've got to convert the strings to floats. Convert the strings to floats. To floats. So our A will just be, and you don't need to change anything, just put now float A. Float A. Okay, B is float B. That's it. Now you can change integer to float, string to, just like we did str to change from integer to string or from float to string. You just use str. In this case, you just use float. Okay. So C is float C. That's it. Now we should work. Run 3, enter first number 4, enter third number 7. 19.0, good. Good. So this is all we need here. Just copy this, copy. And I'll just come here and paste it. Now you have to paste it here. You can't paste it after this code. No, you have to paste it here. Okay. I can check it. Now it works. Okay. Okay, escaping this. Later you can read this. You might want to write some of these notes down. Escape characters. /n is inserting a new line. I think we've done that. You might want to write this down. Single quotation mark, double quotation mark, you know this. /. If you want to, if you have, and you can also do this even if you don't want to use single quotation. I know they're using single quotation, but you can do this with double quotation too. After reading this is what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna copy this, cut, come here and paste it. And later on, if you want all these codes, just send me an email. If you want this code that I've written, send me an email and I will email it to you, okay? So let's see here. Escape characters. Escaping. When you have, I just clicked how many hours this is. Okay, escaping when you have both, when you have single quotation marks within a string. Okay. I'm gonna call this example 1. Our last example was what? Example 5. So I'll call this example 6. Example 6. Let's say we have this here. If you can look at this quotation, here, let's say, quote, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. So this is one way to do it. First way. You mustn't always use this thing. This first way to do it. You just use single quotation inside double quotes. Okay? And then we just print quotes. That is, if you have single quotation, this is a Bible quotation though. So give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. Do you know the quotation, the Bible quotation? If you know it, let me know. So we have single quotes inside the double quotes. Okay. I know some people might say, why is Mr. C using a Bible quotation in the video he's doing? Meanwhile, if I had used Shakespeare now, you would not have problem with it, right? If I had used Shakespeare quote, you will not have problem with it. Now I'm using Bible quotation, now you have problem. See, just don't complain. Stop complaining. No, don't complain, please. Don't complain. So the main thing is to understand what I'm trying to teach. Now, this is not for everybody. Some people, that's what they have in the back of their minds. Don't do that, please. The main thing is to understand what I'm teaching. So this is one way to do this. Single quote, just put all of it in double quote. That's one way. Okay, if you print it, it says it there. It brings it out just like I wrote it, because you put the single quote inside double quote. Now, you can also say second way. Let me comment this. Second way to do this. You say quote 1. Let me just use quote 1 now. We can say single quote, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. Okay. Now, if we run this now, that's gonna be a problem. If we say print quote 1, you see that is error already. Is error already. So if you run it again, you see error anyway, because of this here, invalid syntax. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do now. What we have to do is we use what we call the backslash. Escape it. So we're just telling Python, hey, escape that. Okay, and to God, what is that? Just escape that and still move on. That's what we're telling Python. That's all we're telling Python to do. Just escape it. Because we're using single quote here, because Python will think that, okay, this here is, if we don't use the escape backslash, then Python will think that this is one, because you use single quotes, then it will have to stop here. So Python will be confused. Why don't you join it, or what are you trying to do? And see, it has already highlighted the and which is a logical operation already, because it's confused. What do you want to do? See, it's in blue. Okay, the logical operation. So, which is also an inbuilt function. Later we come to that. So we just do that, and now you run it. Now it works. See that? Escape character. Okay, I think there's another way to write it. There is another way to write it. It's just, I think there's a third way. There is a third way, I should think. There is a third way, again, to write it. And of course, we've talked about the new line. So later you just read it up. Read it. Here it says, we pass in two strings, name 1 and name 2. You should output another string in the format name 1's done and name 2's done. Okay, you pass the string. Okay. So let's do this example 7. Usually I like doing this first on PyCharm before I do it on this thing. So example 7, we pass into strings. Okay, name 1, input. What is the name of the first person? Enter first name, or enter name of, what is the name of the first person? What is the name of the first person? Okay. Name 2, input, like it treats it as string. Okay. What is the name of the second person? All right, then what does it say now? It says you should have put it name 1's done and names 2 done. Okay. So print name one is done. They don't want to say it's done because this means name one is done and name two is done. But they don't want to write it that way. Okay, so we can do it like this. Names, no, that would be messed up. So name one, we join it. This is already a string. Okay, so we just put name. That's the first person is done. Okay, do you see what I wrote now? And I used, if you don't want me to, later on I can. I like using double quote. I like using it, but I can still do the same thing with single quotes. I will do the same thing with single quotes, but I like using double quotes, and then I put the single one inside. That's the way I like it. But no problem. I know they like using single quotes. They like it. Kodio here likes using single quote. But no problem, I will do it later on with single quote. And names one done. And then we have a new line. We have plus. We have a new line. Put a new line. Okay. And with the new line, there's no space. So I'll put and right away. And name two is done. Okay. And I'll write a space here. Plus name two. Because there's a space between and then names two. So I'll put this space right here. You see this space right here. Then plus name two. And then I put this name twos. Now I don't have any space here because that would mess it up. Okay, I will show you. I'll show you in a moment what I mean. So name twos done. I think that is it here. There's no period. So this is the way it is. So let's run this and see. First person Sam Dom. Sam done for peace. Sam's done and Dom's done. Now, look at this. Sam's done and Dom's done. So, we see there are more spaces here. Okay, so let's see here. And there's a space right here. So let's see what we can do. If I move this, Sam's done and Dom's done. And the space should be right here, which I think is PyCharm. There's a way probably we can remove this space. Let's put in this again. Sam done for peace. So Sam's done and Dom's done. So that's the way they want it. I think this space here before Sam, there's a way we probably can remove it too, because that's the way to shift to that side. But we won't worry about it. Now, if you also want, we can write it this way. Print, if I'm using just single quotes, name one plus I use single quotes now, but I have to put the backslash now. So Python will escape it. Done. Then plus single quote here, new line, and then plus name two plus single quote, done. And there you go. Okay, should give us the same thing. Two things here. Sam done for peace. Okay, Sam's done and Dom's done. Let me print a new line here to demarcate this. Print new line. So to demarcate this, to kind of separate it in the code. Okay, I still have this Sam's done. So there's something here I need to put. I didn't put this. Let me put it. There you go. I can run it again. And you can play with this, okay? Sam, dom. Okay, Sam's done and dom's done. Here, Sam's done and dom's done. So I think this is what these folks want. This is what they want. I'm gonna copy this like this. Copy, and I'll just paste it here. I think that's what they want. I should think so. Okay, check. Ooh. Expected output, one's done and two's done, one's done and two's done. Okay, so there is and two's done. And dom's done. So there is probably extra space that they want me to, maybe this is the space they want me to do. There you go. Oh, just that space. I wonder why this didn't cache it. Let me put it again here. Copy. So Sam, done. Okay, Sam's done and done. See this extra space here. See that now with this. Anyway, you choose an IDE that you're comfortable with. But now we've done it. Program output. Good. Thank God. Oh, wow. We are done for this. Okay, we'll stop here for tonight, folks. We're going to stop here for tonight. Please watch out for other videos. And then here, I will just come. I will copy this, cut, and put it back here. Paste it. Okay. And I'm going to save this. Save and close. And of course, once you're finished with all this, you can always close it. You can just go ahead and close it. Okay. Are you sure you want to exit by Sham exit? Yeah. All right. Like I said, please don't mark. I know we have already completed it, but I asked you guys, unless you're very sure, don't mark as completed. Otherwise, you mark as completed. Thank you so much. And the next one will be conditional statements. If you have any questions, please ask. And you have a good night.